say welcome everybody to the Littleton Cultural Council meeting. Today is Tuesday, January 13th, and I'm officially calling to order the meeting at 7:06 p.m. Thank you all for making the time to be here. Sure, you had time to look over the agenda. I don't think it'll be a super long meeting tonight, which I think is good. But the first order of business that Kiki so lovely put this agenda together, the first order of business is to approve the minutes from December. So if we all had a chance to take a look at them, and someone set a motion to approve the minutes, that would be great.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, all in favor of approving the December 2025 minutes for the proposal? Aye. Aye, great. You guys have it. The official approval for the minutes will be recorded.
Thank you all for working through all those items. Sorry I couldn't be there in December.
Oh yeah, no, Karen, thank you so much for saying that. But I think we plowed through pretty well, right, guys?
Looks like you did a great job.
Yeah, I thought everybody did a nice job. I always enjoy hearing people's brains actually speak out loud, like you really see people work through stuff. It's really interesting. So the next is the treasurer update, and Ray, I'm gonna hand that over to you if you don't mind.
Sure. I need to prepare an update now that we're actually, it's crazy to think it, but we're actually halfway through the fiscal year. But there's been essentially no transactions because we had processed nearly all of last year's grants by the summertime. So the last review that I shared with the council, there won't be much change, but I do need to prepare an updated report. I just didn't get a chance to do that for this month. I will do it for next month. And then the only other treasurer comment really falls in line with the grant cycle, where now we'll be getting a pretty good, as soon as the approval letters go out, I'm sure we'll be getting a pretty good surge of grant requests. So we'll just want to process that timely with the town. I don't recall exactly how many, but of all the grants we approved, a decent chunk already happened. So it's really more of a reimbursement that'll occur. So when they get notice that they were approved, I'm sure they'll submit their paperwork quite quickly, and we'll flow out a lot of funds at that point. Not much else to give an update on.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so before I get to item number 4, which is the grant cycle planning, is there any other business or topics that people wanted to discuss that they wanted to bring up? And if not, then we can try to wing it without Sarah and figure this out.
Yeah, I logged into the portal so I can.
I was just going to ask.
Yeah, so when you're ready, I'll look at it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
My only question is, should we start thinking about Littleton and Bloom to order anything and get that ready and get that scheduled? Because we're all going to get crazy busy and then it will become impossible. Or
I think, yeah, I saw the email on that, and I think it would be a very good idea to at least get it scheduled as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. I think maybe picking out some dates for deadlines. I'm not sure if we have a reference point from last year that we could look at.
Did we do it in early April last year? I remember it snowed, but
it was early April. Yep,
that's right.
Because the issue was vacation weeks, right? It's flanking both of those weekends was a challenge for everybody. And so, and we wanted to get it before May because then the graduation placards get out. So we're likely to run in all those same situations, right? So, and then they start mowing. So now we know to put them in the mulch, not in the grass, which I thought the exact opposite was the right thing, but so
how do people feel about the timing last year? Do you think that worked out well? I thought it was good.
Except for the snow.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate.
It was.
We installed April 12th last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
which means we have to give them to everybody to work on way ahead of them.
Right. Because we only gave it was a short time, and there was a lot of people saying they would really like more and more time. although you know
Last
what
year
it
we gave
means.
them 3 weeks, no, I think.
Yeah, we shared supplies with the groups March 17th. We wanted them back April 7th, and we installed April 12th. We took them down second week of May.
Yeah, so we gave them 3 weeks. Maybe we could give them 5 weeks this time around.
Maybe. I think the longer you give somebody, the longer they take. So maybe if we give them the warning of when they get it, maybe that's the difference, is that we tell them when it's going to be the date.
I think
What we did say last year is that we were going to say, it's by this time, and if you're not done, then they're not going to be installed.
Right.
Like we cannot do what you guys did last year. I remember, I think you and Karen both picked up, or I don't remember who did it, but you guys picked up from them and then went and did the installation by yourselves. Like that's too much work that we shouldn't do for sure.
Yeah, we had like 2 rounds of pickups. So I think what happened last year from looking at the spreadsheet is there wasn't a lot of time between when we sent the email out and we said we wanted you to commit and drop off. So that might be where we might want to elongate is from the commitment to sending it out, because people were replying to the email and saying, oh yeah, we do want to do it past the deadline. And then it was too late, to kind of make it happen, or they were doing an event that happened after the install. And I think maybe we have to just tweak our communication to sort of say, you have to have it by this date. So like if your event is in May, you have to say no, like, sorry.
Right. Like the Girl Scouts, for example, weren't even going to meet between us sending that email and when they were supposed to be picked up. So we missed their timing. Right.
By the way, Sarah just commented that she's cleaning up a mess of something at her house, and she'll be with us very shortly.
So it looks like last year we asked for commitments by February 28th. So I think we are probably on track, but shockingly, to be talking about it right now.
Right. So should we put that out by the 15th?
Is that when's vacation?
Anybody have the spreadsheet that we could maybe share?
Kiki's looking at it.
Yeah, it's on the Google Drive. Oh, I can't. I'm on my iPad and I'm on my laptop looking at it, so I can't share my screen. But if somebody is on their Zoom on their laptop,
maybe we could go in and already put who's doing what, right? Or no?
So what I'll do right now, let me make a duplicate and call it 2026, and then
I think that spreadsheet has, so you don't have to make a new file, but just a new page, like a little sheet, right?
Well, I was going to make a duplicate of it and call it 2026, so we would have
so then we have all the history there.
Yeah, and I'll say share with the same people. Okay, so that's there now. If somebody, I just can't share it on the screen because I'm on a different device.
I can see if I can log in. Hold on. I always forget where this lives. The Google Drive.
Or I can copy the link into
chat.
Yeah, hold on.
I always get into my personal drive and then
I have
share drives. Hold on. Drama boosters. Nope.
I can share it. Hold on a second.
Sorry. Thank you, Kiki.
Yeah. I manage like 5 emails, so I have it all laid out. Okay.
Amazing.
Just in the time it takes my laptop to send it to my iPad. Okay, here it is. Hold on. Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the lookout for Sarah, but if somebody sees her before me, let me know.
Where's the chat?
I know, I can't find the chat.
Well, you know what? I don't think there's chats. There's not chats on webinars.
You want to email it to me?
Yeah.
Thanks. Shared drive computers. Yeah, why don't I have that?
All right. Here, this is the link for the actual spreadsheet.
Okay, thank you.
What's whiteboard?
I've used whiteboard before for school. It's usually like you can collaborate.
I was wondering if it would maybe let me share the link, but
Okay, I got it up. Let me see if I can share my screen. Share. Okay. Can everybody see
Yep.
that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is the new 2026 one. Kiki just copied everything over.
So these dates are from last year.
Okay. So like you mentioned, commitments by February 28th. Sample emails in the second tab here. So this is what we sent. I'm writing to you on behalf of the Little Cultural Council. So that's good that that's all nice and organized there. Do we want to tonight? Do we want to come up with dates and divvy up who's going to reach out to who, or do we just want to do dates?
Let's start with dates, I'd say, and at least try to back it up here.
So for April, like just moving backwards, I guess, in terms of like install and all that. I know April break is the 20th to the 24th. I mean, with the weekend. So it's technically like, considering weekends, it would be like
18th.
The 18th to the 26th. That's all, and then everybody's back to school on the 27th.
And is that Good Friday, the week before?
No, Easter's really early this year. It's like the 5th. It's the 5th.
Yes,
right.
It is. Yep.
So yep. So I guess we could say install the weekend of the April 10th, 11th, 12th. Any of those days work for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
10th is a
The
Friday,
12th
11th
is
Saturday.
Orthodox Easter. That.
Anybody in here celebrate that?
What's that?
Does anybody in here celebrate Orthodox Easter? No?
I think let's see when, like, if we can find out when graduation is, because that's usually when those signs are up, like the week before. I just got
are they a May graduation or are they?
Yeah, I was going to say that's early for graduation, isn't it?
Yeah, they usually do the early May signs and an early June graduation.
I think
I don't see it in the school calendar, but I might just be on the LMS one. Let me keep.
Yeah, it's not on the calendar magnet that I have, but I was just going on the website to see.
Littleton's.
I know my son's graduating in Neshoba, and it's in May because they said there was some reason why they were moving them early this year.
Oh.
Friends, can I just bring up something that we didn't really consider last year? And that's the Common is being used almost every weekend now for protests.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the Little Town and Bloom thing, and I'm just wondering how, and I think there's enough room for all. I just wanted to bring that up as just another thought.
You're right, because the mulch tends to be at the edges.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm just I don't have an answer. I just am raising it as a thought.
I know that the Invisible Acton one is the first Sunday of the month, I think.
Right, but I think they pop up as needs happen. So I just I know there's one this coming Saturday.
Yeah, that's the Invisible Acton one.
Yeah, so
I think if we can concentrate the flowers on that area where the memorial is, do you think that would be okay? Like without using the other sides where the roads are?
Hard to interrupt June 5th for graduation.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
The other thing that about not using that side, so many cars go by. It's a shame that we can't display them over there.
Well, I wouldn't think we couldn't, but I think we'd have to just maybe not concentrate them as much so that there is that space there. Yeah.
And I think it looks better, even better for photos. If you're going there with anyone and taking photos, it looks even better if they're concentrated, in my opinion. So it shouldn't be a bad thing if we just need to concentrate them in one area.
And really, it's only up for a few weeks, right? So like there's, right, it's only a few weeks, short weeks that they're up. So, I mean, we might run into some other events happening on there, but it will just get them more notoriety and,
maybe more people will see them that way.
Right.
So, the Littleton
have more done because we already have enough and we're concerned about it? Or do you think that we still want to invite more to be created?
Oh, kids got a kick out, people got a kick out of that.
They did.
I'm inclined to still invite them to add.
Okay.
You know, like last year we talked about whether there were other places we wanted to
I
put them
know.
up.
Didn't we use Fay Park?
I did. I went by the gazebo and I could have
Yeah.
doubled those easily.
Yeah.
Maybe
We talked about Castle in the Trees, but maybe like just to keep on track, we could go back to the dates and then we can talk about more the scope of it, you know?
okay.
Yeah.
Well, because what my thinking about it is, would it make more sense to try to push it later so we don't run into that snow issue and frozen ground so early in April, which would give us a little more time. So when I'm looking at the school calendar, I see that so when they put those senior signs up, it corresponds with that parade that they do, which is on May 29th.
Yep.
So I think that it's a little bit later than it was last. So we maybe could go another week later and maybe install the last week of April to give us a little more time.
Whoa.
The last week of April, meaning like, so the last weekend of April is bookend spring break. So the 25th and 26th.
Yeah.
We don't
I don't
want
know
to
if
do that.
people, I won't be here, but I mean, that's fine. The following week would then be May 1st, following weekend, if we're doing a weekend, which we don't
That's
have to.
nice.
But-
May Day.
So yeah, I mean, you could do May 2 and 3 and then have them up for 3 weeks and take them down, like around Memorial Day.
That seems late, doesn't it?
It does.
That's what we did the first time. I mean, I don't know. I felt like it was really early to be putting them up in the snow. Felt like, you know.
I think that was an unusual snow.
I was going to say, yeah.
I don't think we usually get snow that time. And it was
April.
gone the next day. It just,
Right. April, it was so wet, it broke my tent. Remember?
Yeah. I
Um,
preferred the earlier date only because I feel like it corresponds with kind of the vision we had in the beginning about brightening up like after the winter and seeing these flowers and obviously
Sarah's trying to get in.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see.
So the 5th. So you're talking April 10th, 11th, and 12th, I mean?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah.
hi, Sarah. Where'd she go?
I know.
So you're saying
She was-
you're saying April 10th and 11th,
Yeah.
or 11th and 12th, because that's
11th and 12th. Yeah.
Where'd Sarah go?
I'm not getting video. Well, I'm not getting video, but I'm here. It's
Oh.
Hey, Sarah.
She's the black box.
I've got nothing. It looks like it's on.
Yep.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, I know.
I'll send my son-in-law over.
There
Yes.
you are.
There we are.
Sarah, we're just going over dates for Little Town and Bloom right now. We're trying to
I've been
figure
on
out.
for like 10 minutes just trying to like figure out what's going on. So
Oh,
Welcome.
I'm sorry.
Welcome.
I just checked the participants panel and you weren't there, so I don't know what happened.
I think it's my fault because I was late. My little one dropped a bowl and it like shattered everywhere.
Oh no.
It took a really long time to clean up like all of those tiny little bits and pieces so that there were no kids or cats picking up those little shards.
Threads, yes, that's the
So
word.
apologies for being late. I'm here.
Okay, so
The one comment I did want to make, I don't know that this was particularly an issue because again, I was trying to like wrangle technology while I was listening at the same time. But the one comment I did want to make is that I did when I put in our grant. Not sure exactly what the word is, but the grant commitments this year are. I did put Little Town and Bloom in this year. So we do have it like in the Massachusetts Cultural Council system that we are planning to do this year.
great. Okay, so we're kind of trying to decide whether or not we want to go back to the first year where we're having like it installed later on May 2nd and 3rd, or if we wanted to install early like we did last year on the 11th and 12th. So we can either just take a quick vote on that, or we can all agree. What do you guys want to do?
I think that weekend would have been fine if it just hadn't snowed right that morning.
Okay. Are most people available that weekend? Maybe the 11th or 12th?
I think so.
I
I
would have to.
don't have the soccer schedules yet, but hopefully, yes, it will work out.
Okay, great.
I'm
So yeah, and soccer's Saturday for you.
I'm
April 11th.
playing catch up. We're looking at May 11th, 12th?
April.
April 11th, 12th. Okay, sorry.
No worries. Sorry.
Would we do it both days, or last time we?
No, just one day. I know like some people have commitments on Sunday, some people have commitments on Saturday. Just wanted to do whatever is easiest for the majority. I have a soccer game for my daughter's club team, but it's not until like nighttime. So I think I'll be good in the morning if we keep to morning.
And school spring break is the following full week,
Right.
not that
Right.
week. So
Exactly. 20th to the 24th. So like the bookends are the 18th,
Okay.
19th, and the 25th, 26th. So we shouldn't get in trouble with any kind of vacations for school, at least.
So I think I like my personal opinion, and like I'm willing to go with the group on this one, but my personal opinion is, yeah, absolutely, that's great. Like assuming that we get this started, right? Like I just I feel like it's been a little bit of a panic, and that's challenging.
That's why we're going today. That's why we started this in January. You're exactly right.
And I just want to make sure that that's like absolutely explicit. So we're all on the same page that like this needs to happen early, so it's not harder than it needs
Stressful.
to be.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So tentative, want to type in, Kiki, maybe like tentative Saturday the 11th?
Yeah, if you scroll down, you can see the screen there. I already.
Oh, sorry.
put it in. There you go.
Install date.
What time would you all think? Like 10 o'clock?
Sure.
Wait, am I just typing in are you typing, Kiki, or am I? You're typing. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'm typing.
Fabulous. Okay. Okay. Is 10 o'clock good for everybody, or do we want it earlier, later? We'll say 10 for now. And that would mean the takedown, like, would be
Second or third week of May.
okay.
I think last year we found out when they were installing those signs, which is probably too early to know right now. And then we just took them down right before that, so they could stay up as long as they.
Okay. And we know the parade is like what, the 26th that they say? So maybe 29th. So maybe we at least tentatively put in, I don't know, the 28th or something for now. I mean, I know it'll be before that, but take down 28th or take down the week before 22nd.
Was Memorial Day an issue? I don't remember last year.
There's a veterans event there, so they wanted us to get everything off that.
Yep.
area.
And
So
Memorial Day is the 25th. So let's say
Yeah.
we'll get it done. We'll remove it by
maybe the 16th.
But wait. Wasn't it just like a very specific area? Not that they didn't want us out of the whole thing, just.
So what's happening now with all the protesters, we're feeling like we need to focus more in one area anyway, and it looks like that's the area to focus in. So we'll probably end up putting that, it'll be en masse, it'll be gorgeous, and then it goes away. So that's not terrible. Maybe May 16th, that Saturday, for removal.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a
and sorry, I must have missed the beat on this. So we're saying still the Common and Fay Park, or we're influencing the decision with the protests.
Let's find out how many
Potential.
we have.
Uh-huh.
If another 100 show up, then I'm guessing that we should go to Fay Park as well, but otherwise.
Just keep it on the Common.
Right.
I'm sorry, another 100 flowers or another 100 protesters?
flowers.
Flowers.
Hopefully protesters, but flowers is more likely.
Honestly,
Yeah.
even with 100 more, I think we have more than enough space, and they're more visible in the common than in Fay Park. Like, not a lot of people drive through that. I mean, I guess yes, many, but not as much as the common.
And what
And
about
because
the
Last
other
year we
adjoining
never even
place across the
expanded
street?
to the other side. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's the
no,
other side of the common.
If you see the photos that we
Yeah.
took, there's plenty of space for more than 100 there.
But
That's right.
I
I
think
agree.
if I remember correctly.
And also,
the
we are putting more than one flower per stem, right? We could even do 3 if it were needed. So I don't think we
Yeah.
should even.
It looked nice with 2 of them at least on a stem
I
or
like
3.
that.
Yes. And I think so agreed. I think we have room for more space, and I like the multiple flowers per stem because it just looks more bountiful, right? But we also have to remember that one of the things we're trying to do is put this in a way that's not difficult for the people that are maintaining the grounds.
Right,
Right.
it has to be in the mulch, not, so that's the other question is when are they putting down the mulch? Because we're assuming that the mulch will be there, but that might be too early for mulch. And
So
they,
Kim, you want to get
don't-
on that one?
I
'Cause
think
you're the
it
one
was
with them.
there last year, wasn't it?
so it's definitely there, but they do fluff up. I think
Oh,
as long as we're out of there by Memorial Day, because that's when they go and do all the fussing. So I think that was the issue, is as long as we are just out of their hair, because that's when they do all the extra coating and fussing and weed whacking, and they make that look really lovely for the veterans.
That's
So,
the like spring to summer transition.
right.
Yeah.
So I think we're okay. I think installing it in the mulch and then removing it before that weekend. So I think if we do that May 16th weekend for removal, that will be fine.
Yeah, and this is just a shell. What we can do is once we have our plan in, in shell, we can forward it to whoever if we need to, just say, hey, this is our plan. Are we green light? Are we good? And everybody's like, yep, okay. Or
I'll
no,
take care of
actually, we
that.
have to adjust our
Kiki, you
date.
can put me on that list. I'll do that right this second.
Cool. All right. So
I'm sorry. Can you repeat what you just said? What are you doing, Kim?
I am emailing the select board to make sure that we have permission again for install and removal dates.
Oh, okay, great.
okay. So we got some dates in do we want to go into like all of this situation, like who's going to order the supplies, who's going to
We
purchase the
still have
sticks?
more dates to cover, right? Like, when do we
It's like,
want
if
them
we
back? Because that's going to change. Like, I think we also need to work, like, the email needs to be adjusted to reflect those, like, once the dates, obviously, and then the fact that we want them with no exceptions by that date. And the other thing that we need to include was that the flowers are considered the property of the council. And so if you're super attached to your flower, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to let it go because it's the property of the council. And that needs to be included too, right?
Yeah.
that
So-
became an issue, did it not?
I don't know
People
if
wanted
it became
them
an
back.
issue, but I think we just made, I don't think it was an issue, but
Some kids, I
Avoid-
think, had wanted to
some
get
of the
theirs
kids
back.
yeah.
So yes, I completely agree with all those points. I do think that like once we have a preliminary schedule in place, we can start to make these. We can start.
Yeah, exactly. So let's not move on from, that was my
That
point.
being
Let's
said,
not
then,
move on
like
from
I
the
agree
dates.
with the like, we're not going to let you take your flower anymore, right? Like last year we did, largely because the person that was asking for their flowers was one of the coordinators, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, and she was willing to go out and do it before we went and, contacted anyone else. But yeah, I think we have to say that we can't do that. It just gets too complicated.
Okay, that's good. So we're agreeing on that. So looking
so what would be
backwards
the
from
date
the
for-
install date, we will be trying to figure out a date that we want everything returned.
So if you look at that spreadsheet, I just adjusted it as like based on the dates we did last year. So like we have
You
it
guys
on
see can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay,
So that's just the corresponding date now for 2026 that matches
Great.
up to what
So
we
this
did
is all
last year.
done. great.
But this is just if we want to have a conversation about it. I just put those dates in there. We feel like that's good.
And don't we need one that's reach out? Sorry. So reach out, that's us. We reach out by the 27th, right?
No, that's when we want them to reply back to
Oh,
us.
so then, and then shouldn't
wanna
there be
reach
one
out.
that when we send them out?
Yeah,
Is there-
I don't think because last year we were sort of like scrambly. So let's
Yeah.
insert that in here.
And again, like my take on this would be that I will start to reach out to the people I'm responsible for this week. I'd say tomorrow, but it's a half day in Littleton, so probably not tomorrow, maybe Thursday. And just say, hey, we're not totally sure about the dates, but are you interested in this general time frame? Do you still want to do this? How many
I think we
people
should
do you
just
think it
have
would be?
one contact and send out when the email is ready and all the dates are set. Send out one email that just sort of says, you know, this is the details. So I think if we're doing too many, then it gets confusing.
I mean,
plenty of
we can do that if you think that's better, but
And
that's
we
not
still
what
have a
I'm-
lot of time. If we're asking the commitment to be done by the 27th of February, I think we have time, like Kiki says, to just take the time and do one email and then send it out. And it's less work for everybody.
Do we think the week of February 1st would be a good time frame for that? Like just say, okay, let's have all our emails out to our organizations the week of February 1st or by February 1st. And that will give them a whole month to respond back to us.
Seems
Yeah,
like
I
a
think
month
that
is
works.
plenty of time.
All right, cool. Let me go back to the spreadsheet. Okay. Okay, so we're going to reach out to organizations by February 1st. We will hope for commitments by February 27th. If we don't have commitments by then, they're not going to be included. And then it sounds like ordering supplies by March 12th. So we'll need to discuss what we will need and if we need anything. And then
Quick question.
yes.
Is there a meeting between February 27th and March 12th? Because we're gonna have to know, the answers from the emails that you guys get.
Great
We
question.
need to be
Yeah.
able to order.
Let me
there's
take a
an
look.
March 10th.
There's a meeting on March 10th.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
So it works.
Great. Okay. And then the supplies will be shared with groups the week of March 16th. Then everything returned by April 6th, weekend of April 11th or
Sorry,
12th.
Wait up a second here. There's a note that we wanted to think about asking groups to bring the painted item to the installation location on install date if possible. Do we want to do that? I mean, the problem is that we then have to screw it and paint it and all of those things at the same time.
Well, we did do that on the install day.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Ray did
I'm just
usually.
asking if that's what makes the most sense.
I guess I see where, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like, do we want to have a bunch of different people dropping off that day, or do we want to have them drop off at a different location at a different date?
I think what worked last year was to have them all so that we could, if we said we would meet at 10, we started at 10. Because if you have people drive them to you, they might not be there at the time that you need them to be, right? So didn't we get them
We had them
previously, I
ahead of
think.
time, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, did they
Except
drop them
for
off
we
to
had a
Kim?
few late ones,
So
remember?
they can come to my house. I am totally fine with that. I live at the end of the driveway, so there's no chance that something gets ruined. So I could put a tarp out, and the only issue really is if they come to me damp and it's raining, right? That's the only issue if I'm not home. But 90% of the time, we could easily just put them beside my garage, and it's fine. Even just stacked, because my boys loved installing them. So what I would request is if I could pick up the stakes the week before painted, and then we could install them, or we get raw stakes and we paint them. It doesn't really matter, but I just need all the components together so I have time to enchant my young men who live here to do this labor that he liked.
Okay, well, thank
But
you for
that's-
offering. Are you
Awesome.
you're sure you're okay with that, offering
Yep.
your place as the point
Yep,
of drop
and we're
off?
down a car, so we have extra space in the driveway.
Okay. All right, is everybody okay with that or see any problems with that?
I think last year we put them together on site, did we not? Like Ray.
We installed a lot of them here. And so we did some there because that was Ray's genius was don't forget to use screws, not nails, because the nails were not really doing their job. So now the truth is this is so much simpler than it was, right? Now we have process. We know what we're doing. We know that we can put more than one, flower on a stick. This is so much simpler than we made it out to be for 2 years. So it's getting easier, right? We're getting the process. So it's fine. Yeah.
So what are we doing about schlepping the ones from the previous years? Are we?
So they live in my garage and Ray has some.
I have some too. Yeah.
So we have, my husband has a truck.
Great.
We can help with the schlepping.
So maybe, Sarah, the night before you can hang out with Kim and she can give you whoever has dropped off those new ones and you can put them in your truck if she needs it. And then she can take the other ones that we already exist. If you need,
we can coordinate and figure that out. And
I think we need dinner. I'm just guessing that we'll need dinner after
Perfect.
that. But,
yes. Dinner.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Is there, let's
and
see,
also, guys, keep in mind, this is my last year, which means you are welcome to store them here, but probably somebody else needs to think about where this goes for the next couple of years. So, yeah.
For sure. We should make that decision. Maybe we can make that decision at takedown.
Yeah.
Talk about that, the meeting after takedown.
Also, you could continue to store them without being on the council, just saying.
No, Sarah!
Yeah, not really seriously suggesting that, but
okay,
if you guys need anything, believe me, my garage is filled with staging stuff. You would just laugh. If you need something, it's probably in my garage.
Nice.
Everything but your car, right?
My car fits, but there's this much space around it. It's really funny. There are fireplace things, there's furniture, there's boxes for folks. I won't bore you, but yeah.
Now I'm seriously intrigued and I desperately want to go and poke around in your garage right now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, now that we have a shell, Kim's going to email oh my God, what's wrong with me? The people who are in charge of things.
Select board. Select board.
Hey, I've had a long week and it's only Tuesday.
Yes.
To make sure everything's fine and that all looks good. Do we want to get into the nitty gritty of all this stuff or do we want to save that for the next meeting?
I almost feel like if we get that sent out to us, then we can kind of review it and see how simple this is in one email. And then if we need to do a follow-up with, hey, that person didn't get back to us, that might be an email that goes out before the March meeting to just follow up. So in February, we can look and see where are we? And then if one of us has to chase somebody down, we all have our contacts, so most of them are just going to order the same people.
So I'm right on the same page with you, Kim. But do we need to? And I'm sorry, I was late. Apologies. Maybe I missed this, but do we need to clarify who's reaching out to whom?
We should.
Yeah. Do you want to flip over before we do that to the email tab and look at because I think the email is pretty well, from last year.
Right.
And so then once
we don't really need
you mean in terms of updating dates or something?
Yeah, so I just updated all the dates. So I'm just saying if the email's pretty much ready to roll, then we can decide who's doing what and can kind of maybe don't need to people can start reaching out because if you think it's there.
Yeah, and I don't think just looking at it from before, I don't think we need to edit anything here in the free email. I know you guys wanted to say by the way, you're not getting your flower back. We can do that in the other email that says drop it off at this, this at Kim's house, So I think this has everything we need if the dates look updated. So you just did them. So
yeah,
does anybody else have anything to add?
I don't know if this is helpful to other people or not, but when I reached out to people, I put all of the specific detail in and then attach this document. And I sent a cover letter that was specific to the person I was talking to. Right. So it was
That's
like,
nice and personal. Yeah.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
that.
And it
So
was
I
like,
would-
hey,
I
let me
would
know
just
what other
say-
info you need. And like, we'll talk about drop off and pick up and everything. It'll depend on your schedule, but like, take a look, see what you think.
I would just say here where it says our goal is to have all the flowers painted and returned by for installation. I would think it's important to say if you're not able to meet this deadline, then unfortunately we will not be able to, like
All your flower.
I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean. Like we do need to write because last year it was not one, it was at least 2 or 3 organizations that were not in time and
No late submissions
precedent.
accepted.
Yeah,
Maybe
Sorry?
just say for installation, April 11th, no late
How about
submissions
if we're just
accepted.
like, how about if we're just very clear about it and
Here's what
instead
I
of
just-
our goal is, we just say the deadline is.
So yeah,
So
I wouldn't say I wouldn't even put installation, right? Like we would need the flowers to be delivered by this date. If you're not able to meet this deadline, we will unfortunately not be able to install those.
Yeah, so I just wrote, in order to be included in the installation, all painted items must be returned by the stated deadlines. Unfortunately, any items returned after the deadline cannot be included in the display.
Perfect.
Great.
I do think though, like also our goal is a little bit soft, right?
So you want to say deadline instead of goal?
Yeah.
Right
yeah.
here?
The deadline is to have all flowers, butterflies painted and returned by, or
We should just put all
Just say
flowers,
all
butterflies
butterflies
must be painted.
all must
Just like,
be.
right?
Yeah,
Like
And returned. Yep.
100%.
all flowers and butterflies must be painted and returned by.
Right.
Yes. Yep.
Also, there's an extra space after the 12th.
Now, I'm still typing, so just give me a sec.
Yeah, it'll actually it'll
Everyone's talking at the same
refresh.
time and I can't
Yeah, that
hear.
one.
So just give me 1 minute.
I might even give you 2, maybe.
And I don't even know if on my end if I have to like hit refresh or something too, because like she might be editing it.
Yeah,
I was
see how you
wondering
have it.
that too.
Yeah, how you have it highlighted. You need to unhighlight it, and then you'll see the edit.
There we go.
But I think we're all on the same page on that.
Okay, cool. So then once that all sounds good, and then so the only other thing would be to re-go over who's going to be contacting who, just to make sure everybody's still cool with that. Kiki, is it okay if I go back to the overview?
Yeah.
Cool.
And we'll look at the letter and let you know if we have any concerns. Let everyone know if we have any concerns, if that sounds all right.
So, sorry, I missed that last line. Sarah, what'd you say?
Oh, I just said that because Kiki's still editing.
Yes.
We'll look at the letter and just let everyone know if we have any concerns that we need to be addressed. I'm guessing no, because it felt like we were all pretty much on the same page, but just in case.
Cool. That makes sense. Okay, so here's the list. If anybody wants to not reach out to any of these people, or if we want to add some people or add some organizations, we can do that. Is everybody still good with this?
Do you want to just roll through it and do a kind of check?
Council on Aging, Kiki, First Unitarian Church, Kim, Sarah, you've got the club at Parks and Rec and Tiger's Den.
Sure.
Reverend Jen's got the Congregational Church, of course. Karen, you've got Dirigible and Eloquence, and Kim, you've got what's Wellness Day?
Yep, that's the middle school that did the wellness day last year. So I don't know if they're going to do that again, but our meeting is next Wednesday, so I'll know more.
Awesome.
And the Girl Scouts wanted to be part of it, so I can take that.
Okay, cool.
We need to add the Girl Scouts.
Yep.
Yes. All right. Kiki has St. Anne's Blessed Trinity. Then we got Garden Club, Judy. Shaker Lane, RSS Art Club, LMS Art Club, art clubs. All Kiki.
I can check with the places my kids go to random things and see if they wanted to join.
Cool.
It wouldn't be that many more, but I'll do it in the next week or two and see if they have any interest.
Okay. And then we're just going to add Girl Scouts, and that's going to be Kim, right?
Yep, and that is going to be Carmen Lopes is the contact person.
Great.
And if not, I'll change it. But she was the one who said we want to do it next year. We just they didn't meet at the right time.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see.
Judy, didn't you say something about your sister?
She's the president of the garden club. I'm not sure that they would do this. I think we talked about this a little bit last time. I'll ask her, but they don't really have a mechanism to sit down and do this.
Right.
Valid, but it's worth at least like floating it out there.
I'm perfectly happy to ask her if they're interested in contributing. That's not a problem.
Great.
Awesome.
You know,
I'm not worried about not having enough people contributing, but
Mm-hmm.
like the more the better, right?
Yep. All right. Okay, I think that's good. So,
have we thought about, sorry.
No, go ahead, Sarah.
Have we thought about offering organizations that are participating in Little Town of Bloom, like the opportunity to have a small sign that they paint that goes up with their flowers or something?
they usually label the back of them.
Understood. But like,
Yeah.
it's not quite the same as having something that says like,
Like an advertisement type of thing.
yeah, maybe not quite as much as an advertisement, but
We could, if we have a budget, we could do one of those simple frames that say, donated by, created by, supported by, with all the people who do that. It's up to you guys.
I think if we can put it, if in the website or Facebook, right? Like all these organizations contributed to the spring, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Something like that. That's
right.
Easier. And I wouldn't want to use money for, like for an additional banner. I think we already have the banners. I think it's better to use that money in something else. But social media posts and website posts with a thank you of everyone who participated would be fantastic.
yeah.
And that kind of picture is great for the annual report. That's what they ask us for every year. So that would be, and supported by, right? All the groups came together for this wonderful project. So that would be a great thing to add to make sure that we send that over to that.
And we can maybe make a point of linking to everybody that contributes. And
yeah, some have that, some not so much. Some of them are private groups. So
yeah. To everyone that's an option for. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some people, I think I even saw them incorporate some of their names into the flowers.
Yeah, so everybody that I reached out to, I encouraged them to, on some of their paintings, to put the name of their organization so that some of the flowers would say like COA or the church name.
Right.
And then we did on social media, all the social media flyers did say, come see our community artists, and listed everybody.
Yeah.
Awesome.
One year, the first year we did it, we did those little lawn signs with that information.
Yep.
And it's great when they have it on every individual flower, but you don't get a feel for the number of people that have contributed, because it's really hard to like.
Yeah, let's table that, because I kind of do like what you're saying, and it would be cool if we could find a couple of those little lawn signs and list the contributors. So maybe we could talk about that after we get either the submissions, maybe the February meeting, talk about if we want to maybe just print out a couple of those.
So I have those signs with the little metal brackets. I have a lot of those, and I also have obviously open house signs. So we could, if I can create a sleeve,
Yeah.
right, then that could be okay to do. So I'll consider, I'll
Getting
think
them
about that.
printed, the guy that does our printing, he printed them for us last year for like $9 a sign. So it wasn't
Yeah.
some huge.
Wait, did
cost.
you say 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, really cheap.
So I'm just saying it wouldn't be a huge amount of money to make 4 or 5 of them, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and it might, I not that we're having any trouble getting people involved, but you know, if we really want this to be a big thing for the town, it might help to get a few more people involved, and that'd be cool.
Yeah. And it's more like of a community feel. Like I like that. I know what you're saying. I like that.
And so last year we stuck to nonprofits, and then we talked about there were some businesses that thought maybe they might be interested. Should we invite that, or should we not? We could give it to the business group. We could just send an email or a flyer to the local businesses.
Well, Dirigible Brewery isn't
Right.
a nonprofit, right?
Right. So they joined us. Some of the little Rose and something, the little
Rosebud and
children.
Joe.
Thank you. She would be inclined to do it, right? I'm guessing, because
So Kim,
she's
did
got
you
a
say
little-
there's a business group email that like it would go out to a lot of different businesses in Littleton?
So, I don't know if certainly, I mean, I'm not on it. So
Okay.
there are lots of businesses who are not. So I'm not sure that there's one place, but we could check at town hall, because if you have a business that's registered, you have to have a certificate. So we could check with that.
My personal opinion would be, I don't see any reason not to include for-profits too.
Mm-hmm.
They are part of the community. They are bringing business to the community. They are bringing jobs and revenue. Like,
Is the Council on Aging on there?
yes.
Yeah, the COA.
Yes,
Sorry.
that's the first one.
My only concern is and I agree. I think we should eventually include a lot of more, people. That'd be great. But do we have the manpower for install if we got like a really large amount of flowers and stuff returned? So I don't know if we want to be like, oh, okay, all of the businesses that surround the common, let's ask them because they're local and they're going to be seeing it, like Mayhill and the sub shop and the bookstore and da 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 da. And then the next year we add more, or we want to be strategic only to make it easy for us. That's the only reason my only hesitation.
I 100% agree with you on that. I have been working with nonprofits for like way more years than I want to admit. And that has never, ever been an issue where we've had too much that we
Too
could.
much.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be a great problem to have. And like, I will throw my, I don't know, trowel into the ring or whatever the phrase is, and like try to find people to help us do it. But I'm not super
Not worried about that. Okay. Okay. So does anybody want to be the person who,
Oh, wait, I want to hear Kim's thoughts on that one. It looks like she has thoughts on that one.
Mm-mm.
No?
So, does anybody want to volunteer to be the person to reach out to a few new businesses, or have a list that we want to start with? What's the feeling there?
I think the key is actually start at town hall and see if there's a list of businesses that are registered, and then, because they must have a contact list. So I wouldn't go wandering around. I would go to the town hall, find out who the businesses are, get their contact info, and send the same email.
Okay.
Happy to do that if nobody else has got time or inkling
I
to do
I
that.
can do that actually. If you,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
just-
Or me, whatever you want.
if you're dying to do that, go for it. But
No, and this comes into the spring, so we're hitting the ground running already. So I'm thinking, you just be quiet, Kim. You just be quiet.
I've got some spare time right now, so I could do that. Like, Kim, maybe you can help me figure out offline who to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
let's
think
touch base
Diane, yeah.
by the end of
Is-
the week and we'll figure that out.
I was just looking to see if Littleton had a Chamber of Commerce, but they have the Littleton Business Association.
Right.
That might be able to put
Place
a
to
letter
start.
out to them.
Right.
Okay.
All right. And just want to do a check-in with everybody that everybody's cool with this. Like, you know, I'm sure everybody is, but I'm seeing a lot of nodding heads. Hold on, let me just look and see if anybody looks miserable. Hold on. I don't know. Ray, I don't see. No, I'm kidding. Kathy smiling. Okay, everybody looks okay with this. Juliana, you could. All right. Everybody looks okay with that. So, let's proceed. Sarah, you will coordinate with Kim to figure out who to contact, and we will send it to probably the Littleton Business Association or whoever else. And it'll just be that generic email, like we said. And hopefully we'll get some more responses, or maybe we won't. And that's fine too. And they all have the same deadline. Okay. All right. So I think this other stuff is probably for a later date, right? February.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can skip. I think we can end Littletown and Bloom discussion and go back to just the wrapping up the grant cycle.
Yeah, apologies for being late.
Don't be sorry. Stop. You're totally fine. Life is life, and you are volunteering your time to help all of us. So just don't be sorry at all. Okay. Let me just see. Okay. So on the budget, on the agenda that Kiki made, item number 4 is just the 26 grant cycle planning. The deadline was January 16th. I know, Sarah, you had mentioned that everything had been submitted, so I'll let you just give the update.
Yeah, so we can't send out final letters until the 17th, right? So we're in the reconsideration period. It'll be done on the 16th. I will get letters out on the 17th, 18th latest. Ray sent in the numbers to make sure that like the amount granted was equal, which doesn't always happen or never will happen, frankly, because they submit the original numbers to be granted in July, and then we have the final numbers to be granted much later in the year. So he got those numbers in. Ray, I'm so sorry I haven't looked at them yet. It's on my to-do list for the end of this week. Well, before.
No worries, it's done. It's tied out. So
I figured that's why I haven't like stressed over it. I have utmost faith.
Yeah.
It is ready
No
to
worries.
go. Yeah. And there just weren't any questions. It was pretty straightforward and easy. And Kiki, I'm assuming we haven't had any pushback on anything.
Nope, there hasn't been anything popped back yet.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to point out that they updated the forms. So there's a new form to use, which I did drop into the drive, like the new attachments. And I downloaded a new W-9 too, just so it said the right year.
A new form for what?
For when they submit the reimbursement, the direct form. So the old one had 2 signatures, and this one just has 1 signature and 1 reviewer. That's the main change, it looks like. So we don't need 2 full signatures now. We just need 1 member to sign it, and then 1 member to be a reviewer.
I mean, that's not really me, so yay.
Yeah, but just when you attach it, just to make sure you're attaching the updated form.
Yeah, so I will send out an update once all of the letters have gone out. Apologies that I didn't send an update when the denial letters went out. It just, I don't know, life got away from me. But they have gone out. And
thank you for doing all that. That's like such a big part of this and just like wraps everything up. So thank you, Sarah. That's awesome.
Yeah, the one thing I want to make sure that we have on our radar for next year is that we did not, and I didn't know this, I'm assuming no one else knew this either, we would have done it, but we have to resubmit our local council priorities every year. And if not, they just kind of go away.
That's right, because we had a specifically drafted one, and then it just defaulted to the Mass Cultural Council one if I remember.
It did nothing.
Oh, it's a nothing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
is that in the system we have to submit it, Sarah?
Yeah.
I will look into that.
Yeah.
do. You have
No,
to
that's
go
okay.
in-
I can look into it.
So yeah, I went in there and I thought that I submitted it, but clearly it didn't go through. So then I emailed. This happened in July or August. So I emailed our rep when it wouldn't submit, like it wouldn't save in the system after I entered it all in, but she never got back to me until after the deadline. And then she was like, "Oh, sorry, it's too late." And I was like, "But I emailed you before the deadline to tell you there was a problem with the system."
You are not the only one that emailed
Yeah.
her. I also emailed her, and I was like, "What is going on here?" Like,
Yeah. So that was really frustrating. But I did go in and attempt to make those updates. So that's what we take from that community survey. And I don't know why every time I pressed save, it wouldn't save it, and then it kept defaulting, and then I couldn't figure it out. So I reached out to her. But like I said, but yes, we will.
If we can. And this doesn't have to be decided today. It's just something I've been thinking about because of that, right?
We can add that to the topic for next time to draft ours. When's the submission date due?
It's usually the 31st of August every year, around then.
I think you had it in before that this year.
Yeah. If you go onto it, you can see that when you go onto that website, you can see I tried to modify it on June 16th and it wouldn't submit. Yeah. And I guess I didn't have an understanding that there wouldn't be an opportunity to make a change. So, but I don't know who else I would have reached out to though. So
I was thinking though that maybe one of the things we could do is make sure, aside from the third Thursdays, which I think are fantastic. I'm not saying we shouldn't do that, but what about the people that are doing the Little Town of Bloom, right? Make sure that in order to, or one of the things that we're asking you to do if you want to be part of this project is to fill out the survey.
Oh,
right?
I love that.
Survey, not that big a deal. Right?
Love it.
Mm.
Then at least we have a
bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 50 responses. That was it, but which was more than the year before.
Yeah.
That's not nothing. Well, I mean, unless they don't let us put it into the system and then it is.
It is frustrating that even if in an interesting way, it should be, it should just default to what you had last year as opposed to nothing, that's what's annoying about it.
That's why I reached out. I was so surprised to see that. And yeah. But next year.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So under that, it says letters with new documents, which is Kiki. That's what you were talking about, the new documents that you updated. And then everything in the system, Sarah says yes, and everything will be out by after the deadline passes, the couple days after. So
deadline is the 16th. So
yes,
the 17th or the 18th, everything will go out.
Fabulous. Okay. And if you need any help, obviously reach out to all of us. We were happy to help, but you did all the hard stuff already. So
yeah, it's no big deal at that point, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. So then I guess we're just left with drafting topics for our next meeting. So it sounds like we might want to continue our discussion about Little Town and Bloom and maybe just review assignments, what everybody's in charge of, think about supplies, things like that, start to get that all organized, and just verify that the initial emails went out to all of the organizations that we discussed, and maybe even talk about some of the new organizations that we reached out to for Little Town and Bloom. So we can just do that as a generic Little Town and Bloom update. And then if we want, I don't know if it's too early since it's not due till August, if we want to talk about what our cultural priorities what we'll say, it'll probably be too early.
Yeah,
but
because usually we get
I don't
that
think
from
it's
that
really-
community survey.
yeah. Oh, so the so the
Mhm.
26 ones for I hear what you're saying. So we don't
I
have to worry about that till the summer, probably.
No,
Did
I
you
think
get
it's a great idea to
contact-
start thinking about it at least, though.
Okay.
And did anyone contact you about we were talking about the annual report. I know that like the contest that they're having, they want everything due by the 16th, but did they reach out to you about what we needed to submit for our portion?
Maybe.
Hold
Hold on. Let me see. I feel like I got an email about that.
So I had sent out that email a long time ago to all the grantees asking them to submit photos to us of their event. So I have all those in a folder for whenever, or I don't know. I mean, I never get contacted about it. So, but I just didn't want us to miss the deadline because I know that the deadline for the cover is like in a couple of days. That I do have the photos from grantees, so we could try to put something together with that, at least.
Who sends that? I don't even know.
Sorry,
The last one I have is from like April.
I think it's Melissa, not what's the woman from Town Hall?
Lisa Montgomery.
Yeah, for
Okay.
yeah.
I can wait. What's her name? Did you say it was Lisa or no?
No,
Lisa
I'm
Montgomery?
I'm not sure if it was her. Name. I'm looking for. Oh yeah, Lisa Montgomery.
Yeah, I don't have anything from her, but that doesn't mean that it didn't get deleted. So I can shoot her an email, and find out. Oh wait, January 2nd. Hold on. Friday, February 13th. Wait, that was the 2025 annual report. So that's not right.
This is the fiscal year 2025 report that they'd be talking about. FY.
Okay, good. Okay, yep. I'm just seeing if it's January 9th of this year. Yep. Okay. Yes. Sorry, I got confused. Okay, so it is that time of year. Actually, I can just share this. Hold on. Share. You can see it's in the trash.
February 13th.
Yeah, so February 13th, we need to send that in. Please send your submission by email. I will not be using Publish for this year, and I'm asking all submissions be sent to me as a Word document. Oh,
gross.
God. I'm being very judgmental. I'm sorry.
Me too. I'm like, get Canva. Come on.
Yes, seriously, it's 2026.
Did
Sorry.
I say that out loud?
Oh, go ahead. February 13th.
Okay, if you or your department board did not submit a report last year but would like to do so, please let me know. Your staff, any personnel changes, maybe even a photo of all of our team members. Do we have a photo of all of us from the install? I wonder.
Not everybody.
Okay, then I don't care about being in the annual report. Responsibilities of your department board committee, mission statement. I mean, we have an old one, right? Do we still have that somewhere? Does that still live somewhere?
Yeah, we have all of that.
All right.
What
I'll
I've
work
done
on this. I can work on this. And then maybe I'll just connect with you for the photos, Kiki.
Yeah. So in the past, they've wanted like a one sheet, So I've done like a collage with photos and then the information like in there.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want me to like work on the verbal part and you work on the collage?
Yeah. So if you want to just forward me that so I can sort of see what they are looking for photos. And then, if you want to send me the language, then I can just do something in Canva and I'll just send it to her as a Word doc in there.
Oh, awesome.
And Melissa, if you want to like bounce around the wording, I'm happy to do that. Like if you want to do a first take and we can go back and forth.
Yeah, do we have a meeting?
Yeah, we do. Our meeting is
so we can draft it before we submit it and make sure everybody likes it. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I feel like this hasn't been a big thing in the past, but
I don't even remember doing that last year. Honestly, I don't know that I did.
I think at some point I saw a notice about it, but
okay.
But maybe we can use it a little more than we have.
Yeah. All right. I'll work on like the the mission statement, all that other stuff. Kiki will work on the collage, and then maybe we can combine it together, Kiki, and we can bring it to the meeting in February and make sure everybody likes it and can tweak the wording, or, oh my God, I hate that picture of myself. Edit it out or something.
And roll it by me before the meeting, and we can go back and forth on the wording.
Yep.
I'll just laugh at the pictures.
Okay, cool.
So you'll forward me that email?
I did.
Oh, great.
Yep.
I'm going to apologize. I think I actually got that email too.
I'm going to forward it to you, Sarah, just in case.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Let me do it. There you go. Okay. All right. I think that's everything. Do you have enough, Kiki, to draft the topics for next time? So it'll be Little Town and Bloom, annual report, picture collage review, and then maybe like preliminary discussions about what we want to focus on for next year, and then the final wrap up of the grant cycle. I think we probably will just have to say like one line, like everything went out, the end.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to start with the final grant cycle thing?
Oh, yeah. And the order is, completely up to you guys. I don't care. The order is.
Hopefully that is one line. If it's not something that's gone horribly wrong.
Right.
Ray,
Yeah.
should we put a treasure report in there, or is there really going to be nothing to report?
For February, yeah, at the start of the meeting, I said I would actually have a real report. And by then we'll probably have a few grants that are in and need to get reported to. So,
Okay, I'll put that in. Thank you.
All right. I think I'm going to officially close the meeting at 8:18 p.m. Thank you all for all of your help, and I will see you at our next meeting in February, which is
February 10th.
February 10th.
February 10th. All right. Thank you very much. Bye, guys.